In this lesson, we start with a graph and we use the graph to write the equation of a line. And here are the 5 steps that we will follow to do this. First, we'll remind ourselves that the equation of a line is y equals mx plus b. Then we will find the b value from the graph. We'll look at where the y-intercept, that is where our line crosses the y-axis, and we'll put that number, that y value for b. Then we'll determine m, the slope from the graph. Do that by choosing 2 points, x1, y1, and x2, y2, and using the formula for slope. Once we know our slope, we'll plug in the m, and we'll plug in the b from the y-intercept into y equals mx plus b to write the equation. Then finally, we'll double check the graph and make sure that our graph has a slope that's in the same direction as the sign of the slope that we find. All right, so step 1, write out slope intercept formula line, y equals mx plus b. That's right here, y equals mx plus b. Okay, step 2, locate b, the y-intercept on your graph, where your graph crosses the y-axis. So for this line, you can see that we touch the y-axis right here. And this coordinate is 0, -4. That means that b equals -4 because this is the y value of the y-intercept. So that was step 2, locate b on the graph. Step 3, determine the slope from the graph. So I need to choose 2 points that I know. I'm going to choose this one, 2, 0, and this one, 3, 2, and label this as x1, y1, x2, y2. And what I'm trying to do is figure out how far up and how far to the right. It looks like it's up to right 1. Well, let's see. So our slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and we'll substitute. y2 is 2 minus y1 is 0. x2 is 3. And x1 is 2. 2 minus 0 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. So our slope is 2 over 1. That means that as we go right 1 unit, we go up 2 units because the sign of the numerator is positive. Now I can simplify that 2 over 1 equals 2. So now we know our slope. Now it's time to plug in our slope and our y-intercept into y equals mx plus b. So y equals, our slope is 2, multiplied by x plus, our y-intercept is -4. So plus -4, then you should simplify that because plus negative is the same as minus. So y equals 2x minus 4. In step 5, it says make sure the sign of your slope matches the direction of your graph. So my slope is +2, meaning up 2 as you go right 1. And that matches a positive sloping line, a line that increases. Let's do one more example to make sure that we understand how to do this by ourselves. Step one, write out slope intercept form of the line. Y equals m, the slope, multiplied by x plus b, the y-intercept. Okay, step two, locate your y-intercept. So my y-intercept is here. 0, 7. So that means that b equals 7. Okay, next one, find the slope. Choose 2 points. I'm gonna choose this point, 1, 4, and I'm gonna use the point that we already know, 0, 7. So x1, y1, x2, y2. Now let's calculate slope. Slope equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Now substitute. My y2 is 4. My y1 is 7. My x2 is 1. My x1 is 0. 4 minus 7 is -3. 1 minus 0 is 1. So my slope equals -3 over 1. That's down 3 as I go right 1. This equals -3. Now I know my m and I know my b. So let's rewrite y equals m is -3 multiplied by x plus my b value is 7. And step 5, let's double check and make sure that the sign of our slope matches the direction of the graph. So my graph slopes downward. My graph decreases. So I should expect my slope to be negative, meaning go down as you go to the right. And here you see negative slope, down 3, right 1. You did it. Great job.